Good evening, YouTube. I'm looking at the light again.
Yes,
Sorry.
Yeah.
And look at the little flashing light.
Yeah.
Good evening, YouTube.
Hi.
Ian and Jane, if you haven't met us already. And we're doing the Edinburgh Fringe. Third show of the day. This is day 5. At some point I will count up exactly how many shows we've seen, but not today. And the last show of the day was the Ballad of Truman Capote, which was at 6:05 in the space at Nidri Street in the Upper Theatre. 50-minute performance. Jane's choice. Do you want to read the little bit of...
Yeah, so it's new writing drama. New York's Plaza Hotel, 1966. The party of the century. But as Capote's guests arrive, the writer disappears to gossip with himself about celebrity life. From award-winning novelist Andrew O'Hagan, a hilarious, brilliant new play.
Okay.
And, right, yeah.
First things first, it wasn't hilarious.
Well, can we just go back to Bait? Can I just say that it was a solo performance by Patrick Moy.
Yeah. Now, it's been hard to find, actually, this, because in none of the promotional materials does it mention Patrick Moy, which I think is an omiss. They shouldn't have come.
I have looked for flyers and I haven't seen one. Yeah. So anyway, that's who the actor was, Patrick Moy.
So it wasn't hilarious, as far as, in my opinion. It was sold out pretty much. In fact, we were asked to hand out tickets back for today, and then a certain newspaper who shall remain nameless.
Yeah,
hang on, I'm finished. It wasn't the Guardian. Couldn't make it, so we got our tickets back. So we were going to go some other time. I'll let you say what you want to say about it, really.
I didn't know what to expect. I didn't realise it was a solo-handed piece. I thought that there was an element of that. I mean, obviously I read that, but I thought that some of the guests would appear from maybe part of it. So it was like a long monologue, and it was more or less in the round. Well, it was 3 sides. Was it on the round? No, it was 4.
It was completely in the round.
Sorry,
it was all 4 sides, and he did work all 4 sides really well, I thought.
That's what the point. I was going to make was that he moved around. Though that did mean that from time to time he had his back to you and he wasn't mic'd up, so the volume dropped. But I mean, you could still hear it.
It's interesting. I never picked up on that at all. I thought I could hear the dialogue.
Yeah, I mean, I did hear it, but I was conscious that it sort of dropped.
Yeah.
And he did a very good impersonation of Truman Capote. So he has quite a distinctive voice.
There goes the light. Sorry, our light just went. Carry on,
so that's why the lighting is changed.
You might see a little, apologies, but you might see a little bit of flickering on the light in here because for some reason the lights above, and that's why we've not been using them, they do tend to have a flickering, so apologies for that if you can see that.
Yeah. We will resolve it.
We will try and resolve it,
So, and it was, he was sort of making comments about, he did refer back to his childhood. He mentioned his parents. He obviously mentioned there was an awful lot of name dropping of, who were in and out of the society, big names, other writers, Hollywood stars, artists, loads and loads. So it was just this complete, constant running commentary, which, I smiled a few times, but it wasn't hilarious.
Yeah.
It was very difficult for him. He's the actor is dependent on the script.
And the fact that they've named in every piece of literature written about this play, it's the first person that named is Andrew O'Hagan, who is the director and the writer. It's all about him and not about the actual actor. But I actually think his performance was absolutely superb in what he was doing.
Yeah.
I just don't think the script was particularly good, in my opinion, and I wasn't that interested. I really wasn't that interested.
I mean, I was interested, but it
didn't pass the 6 laughs test.
Well, yeah. I mean, I don't know. I wasn't expecting it to be particularly laugh out loud.
No.
I mean, I don't think that was the first thing I thought it was going to be, was hilarious. I thought it was going to be an interesting take on that. I mean, the party happened.
Yeah.
And you know, from a historical point of view, and it's always difficult when it's a monologue.
No, it was a miss for me, really. But I do think I'd like to see him in something else, and I thought his performance of Capote was superb.
Yes.
With what he was given, really.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely superb.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I was, like I said, I mean, I'm repeating myself now. I mean, I was interested because I like Truman Capote as a writer, and I know that he moved in this circle. And, you know, I was, yeah.
The only thing I've ever read is In Cold Blood, which I thought was very, very good.
Yeah, but I'm not sure that I can say that I was sort of fully engaged for the full 50 minutes. Patrick Moy was very watchable through the whole time.
He was.
He, you know,
he commanded the stage.
That's
he
a
really
good
did.
phrase.
Yeah,
he did.
Yeah.
But in terms of the script, I'm not sure. It wasn't a wow for me. Definitely.
No. How many stars?
I think I'm going to say 3.
Right. Okay, here we go then. For me, for the performance, it's a 3, but for the script, it's a 2.
Okay, so it's a 3.
It's a 3, sadly. But it's worth noting that, you know, how I've done that.
Okay.
Wouldn't normally do that, but I thought his performance, I'd like to see him in something else. I thought he was great. And he should be credited in all of the promotional material, because he isn't.
Yeah.
You know, and that's a misstep. Okay.
Okay.
That's it for today. We're done. We're going to lie down in this darkened room very shortly. We'll see you all tomorrow.
Okay.
Thanks very much. Cheers. Bye-bye.
Bye.